I know we've all seen the Discord, so I want to go ahead and give my ranking of every Ash Ketchum Pokemon team. Quick disclaimer, this isn't a ranking of which team is strongest. Strength will play a part, but this is overall about the development, personal enjoyment, who work good as team players, and all of the sort. Let's go and get right into it. At the bottom of the list, we have the Unova team. This one was pretty obvious because this team was kind of a mess, I'm not going to lie. Now, it was cool seeing Ash catch more than just 5 to 6 Pokemon. He had a total of 10 Pokemon in this series, but unfortunately, it kind of bit him in the ass. Some of those weaker links being Unpheasant, Palpitoad. Boulder was cool, but Boulder didn't get enough either. And even like with Crocodile was amazing, but Crocodile got caught so late, and then he didn't use it in the final battle. The team sucked. Like, come on now. The last 2 battles that we saw of this full team, he had to use 6 Pokemon against a gym leader that only used 3. Yeah, it was poison type, but come on now, 6v3 for a gym battle? And he had to use 2 berries on top of that? Bro, that told me Ash was not ready for the Unova League. And even Static on top of that to help him win that battle. Sheesh. And then the Unova League itself. Bro, losing to a trainer who was a dummy and only brought 5 Pokemon to a 6v6, and you couldn't beat him, bro. Yeah, this tells me all I need to know. This was the worst team. In number 7, actually, I have the Johto team. Now, I really enjoyed the Johto's team personalities. Like, we have Pokemon like Bayleaf, Cyndaquil, who was shy, and now he's a Quilava, Totodile, the fun personality Pokemon. But unfortunately, this team is kind of overshadowed because this team also shared spotlight with the Kanto team. For example, you think of the Johto League, you think of Ash and Gary's fight. Who do you really think of as the MVP? Charizard. So because he has so many Pokemon from Kanto that kind of overshadowed the Johto's Pokemon, that's why they're so low on the list. I love their personalities. They were great. They had some good development, but they are overshadowed by Kanto. In number 6, I have Hoenn. Now, this isn't a bad team. They're only so low because I think the other teams are better. We have some MVPs like Sceptile, Corphish, Swellow, but unfortunately, this team is kind of just an okay team. They did good, but I just feel like the other teams are better. You have Torkoal, unfortunately, who definitely falls short. Glalie a really cool Pokemon, but there's not much of Glalie either. Overall, this is just an okay team in my opinion. Nothing wrong with them. It's just there are others that are better. In number 5, we have the Journeys team. And now, note, yes, I know this is Ash's strongest team. They're the ones who got him through the World Championship and defeated Leon. But just because they're the strongest does not mean they are the best. Unfortunately, the Journeys team suffers a lot. For one, there's the Lucario of it all, where once Riolu got caught, they did a weird thing where Ash would only travel with Pikachu and Riolu. Like, there was a time where Pikachu got taken away, and Ash was like, oh no, what can I do? Like, bro, where are your other Pokemon? Like, And then a lot of their wins don't feel justified because we didn't really see much training with them, especially when we have so much big gaps, like Gengar, for example. Gengar lost in episode 25. Then bro's next fight wasn't until the 70s against Voltor, and he lost again, and he didn't get his next win until episode 99. His last win before that was episode 18. And even Dragonite, his last fight was against Karina in episode 25, and then he somehow beats Iris in episode 64 with no battles in between that. I don't know, there's a lot of inconsistencies with the Journeys team. Yeah, they are the strongest, but they are not the best developed. Now, we do have some highlights like Dracovish and Surfetch's friendship. Honestly, Surfetch is the best part of this team, and as much as I don't like Dracovish, I'll give him credit for having that relationship with Surfetch. In number 4, we have the Kanto team, and honestly, this one is just too iconic that is so high up. Now, they don't have the craziest defeats. We do have Charizard, but overall, you can think of the Kanto team and you can remember something about each and every one of them. From Kingler taking on that trainer and getting those wins, to just overall seeing Muk and the Tauros, to, of course, Bulbasaur, Charizard, and Squirtle, the iconic trio. And even the released Pokemon like Butterfree, Pidgeot, those hit home. So, man, I got to say I love the Kanto team. Overall, they were solid. Yeah, they weren't the best competitive-wise, but they do have some of the best memories and some of the best team chemistry that I've seen in Pokemon. In number 3 is the Kalos team, another one of my favorites. Overall, they had great personalities. They were one of Ash's strongest teams. I believe that during the X and Y era, like basically the first 90 episodes, the development was well. We had Talonflame being in every gym battle. Hawlucha is one of my favorite Pokemon that Ash owns. And then the growth of Froakie and Frogadier was pretty nice as well. We also had the little Goomy arc in between. But once X, Y, and Z came around, it kind of became the Ash Greninja show. And it unfortunately left for Noivern to not really get good development. And it showed with how bad he was in his battles. So that's kind of what's holding it back from being number 2 or number 1 for me. Overall, though, I still love Ash Greninja a lot. And I feel like even though it did take up a lot of X, Y, and Z, at least it was at the end of the series versus Lucario, who, once it got caught as a Riolu, it just kind of took over. I prefer Ash Greninja over Ash's Lucario any day. And number 2 is the Alola team. Yeah, I know y'all are like, oh, he picked Sun and Moon over X and Y in terms of being the strongest. Now, that's a topic for another day. But overall, I think the Alola team was a solid, well-rounded team. Kind of like the Kanto team. I feel like they have some of the most personality and some of the best relationships. What I liked about this team is that everyone has a relationship with each other. We have Torracat and Lycanroc, who always train together. We have Rowlet and Meltan, and Melmetal, who were like big brother, little brother. Well, once he became Melmetal, he became the big brother, which is funny. And then we have Pikachu, who took care of both Nebby and Poipole. And it showed later on with Naganadel returned, it learned Thunderbolt because of his big bro Pikachu. So I really loved a lot of the team bonding that we got. Overall, pretty solid team as well. They are the one who won Ash's first league, so shout out to them. In number 1, we have the Diamond and Pearl, the Sinnoh team. Definitely, in my opinion, Ash's best team. Each and every one of these players. Oh my gosh. And I believe that one of the reasons why they're so good is because Diamond and Pearl was the longest series, being a 4-year series. So we got to see more time with these Pokemon. I think having more time with them definitely left for more development. Like, we have highlights from everyone. We have Weasel versus the Lucario. I know Torterra is kind of like the weakling here. Every team has their weakling Pokemon, unfortunately. But even then, before it became a Torterra, it had some pretty cool highlights and moments as a Turtwig. Heck, even a Groudon with the whole energy ball thing, that was cool as heck. And of course, there's the boy Infernape. And I believe the rivalry that Ash had with Paul really helped this team because it wasn't just Infernape who had something with Paul. Everyone, Paul had a Torterra, Ash had a Torterra, there was the 2 Glide scores. Like, I feel like every one of Ash's members had something with Paul. So when they actually beat Paul, the win felt so just wholesome, justifiable. And it really felt like a celebration of the entire team. That's why I believe they are number 1 for me. In the comment section down below, let me know what's your ranking of Ash's teams. I would love to hear. And as for the strongest thing, if y'all want to see a video of me covering my ranking of who will be stronger than who, or kind of like a battle between the 2 teams, like the Alola and X and Y team, let me know. Shout out to Infamous for that poll, bro. You caused a lot of definitely interesting conversations over on the internet. With that being said, thank you all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And don't forget to join the Discord server. The link to that will be in the description. And follow my other socials. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. All of those links will be in the description as well. Treyman1, peace out.